regret is the nastiest thing that you could possibly live with, right? And like 10 times out of 10, you're always so much better off for having shown up than not at all, because I can live with failing. I can live with like getting bloodied and beaten and bruised and falling down, scraping my knees, scraping my arm, like whatever it was. But putting your head on the pillow at the end of the night and wondering, what could I have done? Who could I have met? What could I have created? How could that have changed the trajectory of my life? Like that shit will eat you alive.
Of course. And I think the biggest point of this is if you feel like
cold,
like that stagnant feeling, like see what you can do to change up your life. Or is it the people you're surrounding yourself with? Is it the classes that you're going to? Is it your job? Is it your living environment? Like what is it that's making you feel that way? And like how can you either change it or make it more positive? And I think that is such a big lesson. That
takes a lot of guts too.
Yes.
I think that's like a major part that's maybe left out. It's just like how much guts it takes to really like, also to be like, to do like a scan on your life and be like, this isn't working. Like it's really easy to get into a place where you're like, okay, like whatever, just like gloss over the whole thing. It like takes like, you got a lot of guts to get nitty gritty and be like, this isn't working or this is working.
It's uncomfortable.
Like relationship, like anything wise. But I think that if you're willing to go there, then you're willing to explore and paw at what it could be like to possibly live out the best version of your life.
100%. And I think on top of that, even though it's super uncomfortable in the moment, you're going to get rewarded after in so many aspects of your life. Like I think about, how much over the past 3 years, my life has changed. I'm sure so many people's lives have changed. And I think you just have to look, what did I subtract and what did I add? And did the things that I took away and the things that I added make me a better person or make me not as happy? Or like, and find those things that are bringing you the joy, and then find those things that maybe aren't, and try your best to add one thing that's giving you joy and subtract one thing that's taking away from that joy.
Yeah, I love that. It can be tiny steps too. It doesn't have to be like an overnight thing. You can like test things out. Like a huge one I always talk about a lot is alcohol, because I stopped really like drinking. Like I don't really drink at all. I maybe like have a glass of wine on vacation, or like if it's, I don't know, like if I feel like called to it.
Like if you want to.
But that's a major one. And I think that's one a lot of people don't explore, and they're just like willing to wake up and feel like trash all the time. And I just got to a point where I was like, fuck this. I get one day off a week, literally one day. I got Friday off every week. And I know like even on that day, I'm doing all the other shit and all the other jobs and side hustles. So it's like, I cannot afford to feel anything less than 100%.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know about you, the Whoop has changed
your life,
my life in the sense of, so when I was injured, I didn't wear it because it honestly,
that would fuck with my head.
It threw me for a loop, because not that I feel like I have to work out if I'm wearing it, but for some reason it was just constantly reminding me that I couldn't move my body. And I just needed it off. So I didn't wear it for about 6 months. And then after that 6 months, I kept wearing it, and I started wearing it again, and I was drinking a little bit more often. Like
you were always in the red.
Yeah, like I was in the red or the yellow every day, and I was just like, my HRV was low. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, like you can look up Whoop and how much alcohol shows up on that thing. And stress,
so many things,
lack of sleep, like lack of hydration. Like just lack of
That's
taking
literally
care of yourself.
why I have my Whoop, is literally just for, I call it sleep hygiene.
Yes, it's because, accountability too.
Yeah, like I just do it for recovery and like to be on with that stuff. Because if all of that stuff is like A+, then it's only gonna...
It's just only going to
go up from
better.
Here.
No, I think we've had a few people on our podcast, I think, that are fully sober or sober curious. We have many friends that are sober or sober curious, where they're just more like, I'd rather not. And if I want to, I will. Yeah. But I very rarely do partake in that. And I think, if you're feeling called to that, and if that's something that is going to better your life and make you feel 100% all the time, take that leap. And like you said, it doesn't always have to be 100% right away. Like just, You know, if you're used to,
like, I call it take what you want, leave what you don't.
Yep.
Like, I mention this a lot. Is like, I always say, if you could go eat brunch at the Four Seasons Maui, you're not going to pick food that you fucking hate. You're going to go up there and pick all the things that you love, right?
Yes.
So, but might take you until you're, 33 to figure out what you love.
yes.
So just think of, like, if you get more playful and you stay more curious in your life, and you're not so like regimented of this or that, and this, I have to do this, or I can't do that. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I think like you start to create this really nice like symbiotic relationship with ebbing and flowing of, oh, this works, that doesn't work, let's catch this, let's release that. It even sounds different, right? Energetically.
Yeah.